Good morning. This is a recording for Monday, October 30th. Ultimately, we are able to forgive because we are able to recognize our shared humanity. We are able to recognize that we all are fragile, vulnerable, flawed human beings, capable of thoughtlessness and cruelty. We also recognize that no one is born evil. And we are all more than the worst things we have all done in our lives. A human life is a great mixture of goodness, beauty, cruelty, heartbreak, indifference, love, and so much more. We want to divide the good from the bad, the saints from the sinners, but we simply can't. And all of us share the core qualities of our human nature. And so sometimes we are generous and sometimes selfish. Sometimes we are thoughtful and other times completely thoughtless. Sometimes we are kind and sometimes we are cruel. And this is not a belief. This is a fact. If we look at any hurt, we can see a larger context in which the hurt happened. If we look at any perpetrator, we can discover a story that tells us something about what led up to that person causing harm. It doesn't justify the person's actions in no way, but it does provide some context. We discover our shared humanity by seeing our connection rather than our separation. Desmond Tutu emphasizes, it is worth repeating since it's so easy to forget. No one is born a liar or a rapist or a terrorist. No one is born full of hatred. No one is born full of violence. No one is born in any less glory and goodness than you and I. But on any given day, in any given situation, in any painful life experience, this glory and goodness can be forgotten, obscured, or completely lost. We can easily be hurt and broken. And it is good to remember that we can just as easily be the ones who have done the hurting and the breaking. We are all members of the same human family. Desmond Tutu says, when I am particularly affronted, injured, or angered, it helps me to remember our shared humanity. For example, for Kia Sher, who lost her husband and daughter to a terrorist in Mumbai, as we discussed yesterday in our practice. It helped her to know that the terrorist who shot her loved ones also had a mother who grieved his death. It also helps to remember that we are all part of a context that so often determines, or at least greatly influences, our actions and choices. This does not excuse them in any way. It simply helps to explain them. In seeing the many ways we are similar and how our lives are inextricably linked, we can find empathy and compassion. This is how we are able to move in the direction of forgiving. Desmond Tutu says, we are, every single one of us, so flawed and so very fragile. I know that were I born a member of the white ruling class at the time in South Africa's past, I might easily have treated someone with the same dismissive disdain with which I was treated. I know, given the same pressures and circumstances, I am capable of the same monstrous acts as any other human on this achingly beautiful planet. And it is this knowledge of my own frailty that helps me find my compassion, my empathy, my similarity and my forgiveness for the frailty and cruelty of others. I so agree with Desmond Tutu here. I often think how different my actions, attitudes, and behaviors would have been had I not left Russia when I was 23. I am often asked if I would like to go back there, and my answer is always this: I love Russia, and there is no doubt I could absolutely adjust to living there again if need be, but I would rather not. And it's mostly because after having lived in New York for so many years, I cannot tolerate the chauvinism, racism, and homophobia that still exist in my beautiful country of birth. Nowadays, all these things are mostly subtle, at least in the circles I frequent, but I can feel them so acutely. And I often wonder, how would I turn out if I didn't leave at the tender age of 23? What would I feel and think around all these subjects if I didn't have all these incredible experiences in my life that allowed me to expand my mind to the state it is in right now? I simply don't know. And that's why I generally don't judge anybody. How can I really? In this series so far, we have seen that in order to forgive, it is important that we accept the facts of what happened and the feelings we felt about it. We have accepted our own human vulnerability and frailty, and now we must accept the vulnerability and frailty of the other one, of the one or ones who harmed us. So today, once again, let's do the practice of loving kindness the way Desmond Tutu offers it in this book, imagining our perpetrator as a little baby, remembering their basic goodness. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, into your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Nice and soft breath. See if you can find some spaciousness in your breathing so that all the experiences of the present moment simply flow through you as energy that they are, without struggle. Now imagine, feel an emotion that makes you feel good. It can be love or kindness or compassion or joy, gratitude, or maybe all of these together. Allow this emotion or combinations to radiate out from inside your heart and into the world around you. This is what it feels like to be free of fear, free of anger, hatred, and resentment. This is the place of peace that lives within you always, that belongs to you. And you can step into this place whenever you wish. It is totally yours, and no one can take it from you. Now imagine the person you are trying to forgive. Imagine that you are their mother, and they are like a baby in your arms before they hurt you, before they hurt anyone. See their innate goodness, see their humanity. Can you bless them and wish them well? Can you send them compassion and kindness? Can you let them go? Let's do one traditional verse of loving kindness practice together, and then maybe you choose your own words or do a little bit of the traditional verse yourself. May I, I'm sorry, thinking about the person you need to forgive, imagining them as a baby. Send them the energy of loving kindness. May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they feel safe, protected, at ease. May they know deep, natural peace. Now I'll give you about a minute in silence to do what you decide is appropriate at the moment. Imagining the person you are trying to forgive as a baby, your baby. And now place your hands on your heart, thanking yourself for this deep, powerful work you've just done. Repeat after me silently or out loud. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. As always, as you gently let go of your practice, scan your body. Notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to contemplate the life's circumstances of the person you are trying to forgive. What if you were born into the same circumstances? Would your actions and choices and behaviors be different in any way? That could be a really cool exploration that I encourage you to journal around, and then we can all discuss if you'd like. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and once again, I forgot to say where I am. I am actually, it's late, well, not late, it's 8 o'clock on Sunday night as I'm recording this practice. I'm on Long Island on a marina with a full moon, and we are at a very nice restaurant with my friends. For some reason, trees. Anyway, have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow.